Tomorrow, the NTSB will testify before Congress on its response to the Key Bridge collapse.
And tonight, the agency released its preliminary report on the disaster. Investigators learned 10 hours before the Dali cargo ship left Baltimore and collided with the bridge, it experienced a blackout. A crew member mistakenly closed an engine exhaust damper. Doing so caused the ship to stall. The ship then experienced a second blackout the morning of March 26. That happened because the breakers opened unexpectedly. At the time, the Dali was just 0.2 miles from the Key Bridge.
Yeah, the crew did manage to regain the electric power before the ship hit the bridge. However, they were not able to regain propulsion, which caused the ship to then slam into the structure. At this point, the NTSB cannot say exactly which of these issues caused the ship to hit the bridge. And in addition to the 6 construction workers who died, a member of the Dali crew was also injured when the bridge fell. Meantime, Maryland reached a big milestone in cleanup efforts.
Officials with Unified Command saying that the operation to remove a bridge truss from the Dali was successful, but there's still plenty of work to be done. 11 News reporter Kim Dacey joins us live from Sparrows Point with the details. Hey, Kim.
Well, Jason, Unified Command didn't waste any time getting back to work after the detonation. They started immediately working through the night and even through today to make their assessment about where things lie here now after the detonation, what might have shifted, and how best to move forward. And with that, the most dangerous, complicated, and dramatic part of the Key Bridge recovery mission is complete.
It was planned, it was methodical, it was safe, and importantly, there were 0 injuries.
Governor Wes Moore talked to TJ Smith on WBAL News Radio Tuesday morning. He and Unified Command say the operation was a success.
As you saw, it was very localized. It's remained around the steel and on the wreckage. The cuts occurred as they were planned, and while we still have some spans that remain, some steel that's still sitting on the Dali, we always were planning on removing any wreckage that we needed to.
They say they already have Chessie the crane and Gus the grabber ready to go to remove the wreckage. At the same time, they're assessing how the Dali is sitting now and the best way to refloat it. Then the plan is to use tugboats to take it to the pier at Seagirt.
They're going to take the remaining roadway that's on top of the Dali and some of the other wreckage on there and remove that. Then they're going to remove some containers over there. And then the plan would be for them to do some type of temporary repairs.
O'Connell says the Dali will remain at Seagirt for 4 to 6 weeks until it's taken down to Norfolk for more extensive repairs. Officials say this is a huge milestone, but there is still plenty of work to be done to get the main shipping channel back open.
We're going to be moving to the far side of the channel to continue getting that down all the way to 50 feet. We're very close, and then continuing to widen it. When we get to 400 feet wide, we're going to be able to bring anything that needs to come into the Port of Baltimore.
Officials aren't sure exactly how long it will take to refloat the Dali, but they're hoping to do that within the next couple of days. Reporting live in Sparrows Point, Kim Dacey, WBAL TV 11 News.